Hi Lightroomers and welcome. What are we going to be doing today? Well, today we're going to be looking at exporting. It's how to get stuff out of Lightroom. Now we're going to be creating an export preset for print and for web, and then we're going to be exporting an image for use as a print, and we're going to be exporting an image for use on the web using the presets. All that exciting stuff. What are we hanging about at? Let's get on with it. My name's Ken Fisher and this is LiveLink Training. Okay, let's crack on. Now we want to create an export preset because we don't want to be keeping doing this over and over and over again. We just want to do it once and then that's it. So I'm going to go to the File menu and I'm going to select Export, and that's going to open up the export dialog for me. And here it is. Now it looks a bit intimidating, but it's not. It's really a pussycat. We've just got to take it one step at a time. Now all these are areas that we need to fill in. All these little triangles here, they're called disclosure triangles, and what they mean is they're hiding something. So if we click on it, it'll disclose what it is. So the first one is export location. And this is saying, well, where do you want to put this image that you're going to export? Now let's say I'm going to export this first image for Facebook, so it's for a web application. So where do I want to send it to? Well, you can export to different places, but I'm going to pick a specific folder, and then underneath that I'm going to click choose, and then I'm going to navigate to my desktop and then click select folder. And what that's going to do is, now you can see it goes folder C users Ken desktop. So I'm now targeting the desktop. And then this next section is I can put it in a subfolder. So I'm not just putting it with everything on my desktop, I'm putting it in a subfolder where I can find it. So I'm going to put a tick in there, and then I'll call this, say, web export. That looks good. Okay, that's the first section done. Now file naming, do you want to rename the file? Well, yeah, it can be useful, So I'll put a tick in that box, and you do have some templates. Custom name sequence. Probably my favourite and the quickest to use is custom name and sequence if you're using multiple images. So I'll select that one, and then it gives you an option to put some text in. Well, this is one of my train images, so I'll type train. And we'll leave start number at 1 because there's only going to be one of them on this particular one. Video, well, it is a video, so I'm not so bothered about that. File settings, well, I'm going to twirl that open and I'll have a look, and it says JPEG. That's fine. I want a JPEG image. Quality I'll leave at 100, and color space sRGB. That's good to go. Now image sizing, yeah, this is important. Do I want to resize the image? Well, yes I do. I only want this 800 pixels maximum to go on Facebook. So I'm going to tick the resize to fit, and then I can pick how I want the aspect ratio to be displayed, and I'll say width and height. And then the width, I'll put 800 in there, so maximum 800 pixels wide and a maximum height of 800 pixels. Now the resolution doesn't matter. This is a digital image, so the resolution is irrelevant. I'll just leave that at 72. Output sharpening. Do we want to sharpen the image a little bit? I generally do. I just leave that set to screen. There's a couple of options. You've got low, standard and high. If you pick low, you basically can't see it. If you pick high, it's a little bit crunchy, a little bit HDR-y. So I normally just leave it at standard just to give it a little bit of a lift. Metadata next. Well, what metadata do you want included in your image? You've got lots of choices, or you can just say, well, I'll have it all, but you can remove your personal information if that's something you didn't want to share with people, and your location if again you didn't want to share that. Okay, we're nearly done. We've got watermarking. Do I want to watermark my image? Well, yeah, okay, for this one, let's go with it. I'll put a watermark on, and then I'll pick from my list of watermarks that I've made. And then the bottom one is post-processing, and this is if you've got some particular task that you may want to use that involve photoshopping. So you could send it into Photoshop and do something and then bring it back before you exported it. In this case, I'm happy as I am. Now when I've finished all that I've now got an export template set for web, and I'd like to save it out. Now I don't save it out by clicking the export button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go across and I'm going to click on add, and then I'm going to give it a name of web and then create. So in my user presets now, I've now got a web export template. Okay, we're halfway there. So now I want to create a print template. Okay, so I'd like it to go into a different folder, this. So I'm going to target the desktop, that's fine. Put in subfolder, but I'm going to create a subfolder now called print export. Okay. I'll leave me file renaming, that's okay. My file settings, I'll leave it JPEG, yep, 100%, that's fine. But my image sizing now I want to change. I don't want to resize it, so I'm going to untick that, and this is going to give me a full resolution JPEG, whatever the resolution your camera shoots at. I'll leave it sharpening for screen and standard. I'll leave my metadata exactly the same, and again I'll put a watermark on it, but this time, oh no, I don't want a watermark on it, do I really? No, because this is going to a printer, so I'm going to untick the watermark because I don't want a watermark on it, and I don't want any post-processing. So on this one now I'm going to create another preset, so I'm going to go over to add, but this time I'm going to call it a print preset. I'm going to click create. So now I've got both these presets in my user presets. Okay, I don't want, now you see it says up here export one file. Well, I don't want to limit myself to that now, so I'm going to click cancel. And then back in Lightroom we can see I've got 3 images. So first off I'm going to export them for web. So these are all going to go on Facebook for example. So I'm going to click on the first one and I'm going to shift click on the last one. And then I'm going to go to my file menu, and if I go down to exports, but I'm not going to select export, I'm going to select export with preset. And if you see now I've got a little list of all the presets, and those 2 presets I've just made, they're there, they're waiting for me. So I'm going to select the web one, and off it goes. You'll see it's exporting 3 files, and that's nearly done. There we go, we're done. Okay, now I'd like to export the same 3 files, but for a print application I might want to send to the printers. Okay, so again I'm going to go to file and export with preset, and down to my print preset, and just click on it, and that's it. It's generating high resolution JPEG images now. But when it's done, bing, yeah, when it's done, all those will be available on the desktop. So let's just minimize Lightroom and we'll have a look, and here we see we've got 2 folders that have been created by the exports, one called print export and one called web export. So let's have a look in the web export first. Here we go, we've got our images here, and you can see that it's got my logo on as well. So let's just right click and we'll open it with a photo viewer, and we'll just have a look at it. There it is. That's a small JPEG, 800 pixels wide with a logo on. That's fantastic. And then if we open, we'll just move that out of the way, if we open the print export, we'll see now we've got the same 3 images, but this time they're high resolution images and they've got no logo on. So I'll just open that with the Windows Photo Viewer, and there it is, a full high resolution image. Just move it over. There it is, a full high resolution image all ready to go to the printers. Well, that's it for exporting for print and web. I do hope you found that useful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment under the video. And if you get a minute, please click click that subscribe button at the end of the video and help me to grow my Photoshop learning community. I'll see you in the very next video. Bye for now.